Hello, butterflies. Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? I've got my little robot that is cleaning the floor. It is making a massive mess. Noises everywhere. How are you? Can you hear me, people? Hello, hello. Can you hear my voice, or is it too... It's that little thing there that is making all this mess. Hello, butterflies. Can you hear me? I made that song. I don't know if you saw it. My last video. A very sad song, but that is what I was channeling today. And also I am a bit ill, so just forgive me. Hello, Ireland. Hello, everybody. Let me change room. Maybe it's a bit less. Yeah, really sniffy because I'm back in Italy and like everyone here is ill. And when I got here, everyone was ill apart from myself. And then by the time that I'm leaving, I am ill. Hello, Hirundo. Hi. So actually I did open my second account, which is called Mystical Alice. I will tag it somewhere. You speak good English? Well, yeah, I've been living in England for like 10 years, so I hope so. Otherwise it's gonna be a mess living there without a good English. Hello, hello. How have you been feeling, guys? How has been the energy feeling? Hirundo, how have you been? I don't know if you looked at my last video. I channeled this very sad song about resurrecting our inner child. Are you resurrecting your inner child, people? Are you resurrecting it? Because most of our inner child are dead. And it's our responsibility to resurrect them. And for who follows me on my Insight Timer, I am about to release a course that speak about how to handle and get further in the spiritual awakening, and it's gonna be live next month. Oh, cool! My little robot is done. Finally, it's making such a mess. Look at him! How cute this is. Yeah, my dog is going mental. It's actually really good sun today. As you can see, it's super sunshine, but it's cold. It's bloody cold. And yeah, how are you people? How are you doing? How is it? How is it life? How have you been feeling those energy? Tonight is the full moon, is it? No, not sorry, tomorrow, the 8th, isn't it? The 8th, we gonna have a full moon, quite powerful. It's cold. Yes, it is. It's really cold. It's cold even here, like massively. And as I said, I'm ill for that reason. But this full moon that we are gonna approach in the next 2 days, there is a lot of shedding. I feel like we are gonna be made aware of some heaviness that we carry around our energy field. Purging, yes, oh my god, I've been purging so much too. But again, I think it's because we are like removing heavy layers. We are removing heavy layers. Everyone have their own heavy layers. And I witness myself in this week that the more I am healing and the more I am like releasing the weight, and I'm dropping burdens that are not even mine. Yeah, exactly, Kayla. Is making you cry, this onion. But the more I heal, the more my family is healing. I see people, the more we heal, the more our energy just gives other people like perspective, and I realize how strong I became and how triggers are not so dangerous for me anymore. And I'm talking about family triggers or situations or things that in the past used to drive me mad, and I didn't know how to detach from this emotional stuff. Now it's way easier because we are transcending it. There is a reason if certain stuff pokes you. There is a reason if certain things triggers you. And once you move past that, once we... Hello Shayla, hello everyone. Hello Empress Angel, hello. The more we transcend those triggers, the more we are elevating, and we are going into a place that we are basically untouchable. And if something triggers us, we welcome it, we lean into it rather than pulling away. And there is very, I don't know, this there is a Tao motto or a way of saying of saying in the Tao that explains that when something is for you, we do not have, when in your reality something that you prefer it manifest, you want to like grab it and control it, right? So if it's, I don't know, a person that you meet and you really like, or if it's a new job that you got in contact with and you really like, and or a new way to make money or whatever that is, when we get in contact with something that we prefer, we tend to like grab it and wanting to pull it quickly. And then when we find things that we do not prefer, so stuff that triggers us and stuff that drive us mad, we push away. And in the Tao, they explain how we need to do the opposite actually. So when you find something that you do not prefer, you have to lean into it. And when you find something that you prefer, it's better you pull away from it a little bit, because something that is yours is magnetized to you. It will never let you go. So there is no need to chase it because it's attracted, is for you. What is meant for you, nobody will take it away. But then when you face stuff that you prefer, is better to, sorry, you do not prefer, is better to lean into it and go to the roots of the reason why it's triggering you. Instead, searching for me too. Oh my god, yes. I had as well the weirdest bloody dreams. And yes, the purging as well. Pretty. I'm ill. I'm so ill and I don't feel pretty at all, but thank you. I'm all red here with this camera. You can't see properly, but like for how much I'm blowing my nose. And yes, I have been releasing. There is a lot of sadness. There is a lot of purging. We are just releasing old stuff, and we are becoming more lighter. We are also removing burdens that we carry, and it wasn't our mission to carry, and yet we were carrying them anyway. So energetically it's very good. It's very good to allow this purging and allow things that still trigger us to lose their effect on us, and I am getting closer and closer to this inner union that I never actually experienced like now. I used to have very opposite voices in my head, really conflicting energies all the time. And right now, there is no conflict. There is just surrender, and almost nothing triggers me, and I am in union. Like, I am in union with myself, and my intuition speaks and my body executes the orders, and then when my body requires rest, sleep, or whatever it is, I just obey. And I think the mental conflict, the mental war, the battle, the defensiveness, it's just going down. We are purging. We are letting shit flowing away. Even our heart. Many of us have and had a closed heart, but you cannot receive if your heart is closed. If you are so, imagine to have a baby that is like, I don't know, 3 years old, and comes to you and he's really sad and upset because already the human being race let him down. Let's say that, his friends bullied him, or the mother fucking beat him up, or the father is an alcoholic, I don't know, whatever. And, he will like close himself off, and children cannot hold on to that for too long. They don't allow anything to pollute and poison their heart. After a while, they decide to, forget and to forgive and to come back to the child essence. You had to look in your soul and know. Yes. My love is constantly looking for clues. Well, we cannot keep our heart closed, essentially, because the more walls you create, the more separate you are. And you're the more separate you are, the more you have this illusion of separation, and the more you have this illusion of distance, and you cannot receive if the heart is closed. if the heart got poisoned, if you hold on to resentment. We have to move past that, and we have to go out of our comfort zone as well, because we cannot keep same action lead to same results, people. That as simple as that. So if you want to shift something, you need to start to think different, approach things in a different way, respond differently. And if you have been navigating life with a closed heart and you got so far, you cannot expect incredible shifts if you're going to keep your heart closed, and if you are going to also become a little bit how can I say, how do you say in English when you have like a like when your mind is like, oh, this is my way, this is the way, like this is my way, but set on your own ways, stubborn. Yes, thank you, my love. Stubborn. So we are here to make our ego really malleable. Our ego always, and ego is not bad. You have to look at ego like a little robot that got stuck in one way and is stubborn because he does not like change, and he preferred to repeat over and over and over patterns of behavior and pattern of thought because he knows it. So he feels comfortable to behave and have the same patterns of behavior and the same pattern of thought. But because he's not something, when I speak about ego, is a he for me. But because in Italian, everything is she or he. And so my mind just goes like, my autistic mind get a little bit fucked up because, for example, chairs is female. Door is female, but sofa is a male. And so when I speak in English, you do not have this. But in my mind, still things are female or male. So, so what was I saying in all of this? I got lost. Oh yeah, the ego. So our ego is just that little robot that it's stuck in a loop because it's the only safety nest that he has. So even just trying to make a different thought pattern, the ego will try to come in and hold on to, no, you have to go back and think like before. You understand? How can you talk to him? You mean, how can you talk to your ego? You can every time caress him, with your eye mind, with your inner eye, you can speak to it. You can say like, I see that you are scared. I see that you are doing this because you are scared and you do not feel safe to behave in other ways. So for example, I don't know, my ego kept telling me that I wasn't enough, okay? And my ego used to make a long list of reasons why. So it was because I wasn't the healthiest. It was because, according to my ego, I am too fucked up. Because I wasn't doing what other people are doing, because I was not able to have a normal job, and blah, yada, yada, yada. So every time I was convincing my ego that was all bullshit, because every time you make a thought pattern, you need to ask yourself, is this thought pattern serving me, or is it like making me feel shit? So if you say to yourself shit in your mind that makes you feel worse, you need to ask why your ego is so attached to that specific narrative. Or like the victim mentality, like this happened to me, this happened to me, this, blah, 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 blah. How is this serving you? It's serving you because you developed an addiction with being a victim. You understand? Oh, thank you, Shayla. I'm glad you understand. Why is the biggest question? Well, why? It's because our little ego is like you train a dog, okay? So if you train a dog to respond in a certain way when you give him a treat, it's not gonna be that easy all of a sudden one day to ask to the dog to answer different to that trick, because you spent so many years for him to make that association. So the ego function for association as well. And you can see it in your face, and you can see it in your body when because the ego ages you when because it gets stuck in thought that doesn't serve you. And so it will transpire. That thing will transpire in your face and in your body, because it's an unhealthy pattern of thought that you hold on to because your ego wants to, because he thinks he doesn't even deserve to make different thought, for example. Or anyway, so you or for example, when we say we are not enough, I am coaching sorry I am coaching right now to clients, and they are stuck in a loop of the ego. And for example, they know what they want, they know what they would like to do, they understand that there is a better reality, because spiritual awakening people use terminology in a very, very bad manner, especially in the spiritual community. Spiritual awakening is just you awakening to the fact that there is much more to this reality compared to what you knew before. That is just awakening. It's just you opening your fucking inner eye and be like, oh fuck, there is more than what they told me there was. That is it. That is all that spiritual awakening is. But you have to take responsibility after that, my friend. You have to take responsibility that everything you desire is possible. And you can find your unique formula to get there. But you have to take responsibility. Because what I see, even in my coaching client, is that they wake up, they see that there is more, they see that they can unite themselves with their highest timeline, they see that there is potential to manifest this fucking heaven on earth, they see that it's possible to ascend, drop the burdens, drop those unhealthy way of being. And I'm not talking about eating nicely. I'm talking about unhealthy pattern of thought and behaviors that create your own sufferance. But people struggle to then take responsibility, and they will hide behind different excuses. But this full moon and every month we are helped by spirit to remove all the things that are holding us back. And every time you make every single thought process, you ask yourself, is that is serving you or that is holding you back, or is creating fear and other bullshit crap? Because even when I scroll in TikTok, I cannot scroll on TikTok anymore. I cannot. My angel doesn't allow me because every post is literally fear-based. I don't know if you noticed that. But almost every post that I come across, they tell me, if you do this, your life will turn blah, blah, blah. So basically you are saying that if I don't do that, my life will be still crap. Or anything, they tell you to manifest. Now I'm going to tell you what to do to manifest. That is all propaganda. That is all just like a trend-setting shit. Because this journey is very deep and there are levels to this stuff. It's not rainbow and butterfly and like unicorn farts, It's really going to the depth of your being, asking what is separate, because your best timeline is already here. And there are things that are in the way. That's all. So it's not that you have to go somewhere. It's not that you have to achieve something. It's not that you have to move. Actually, you just have to remove the bullshit that keeps you disconnected from your highest timeline. And so perhaps, let's make a stupid example. I'm sitting here right now, okay? My life is not going exactly super great, okay? And there are always two ways that I could read my reality. Each one of us have two ways of reading it. So I could say, I got my pen and paper now to take notes. What, Shayla, are you talking about helping him, meaning helping your ego? Yeah? If you check my insight timer, it's very, very cheap. It's like, I think it's a $5 or £9, like something ridiculously cheap anyway. And I have all those teaching in there, but take notes if you can right now. So for example, anyway, I was saying, so there are two ways that you can read your present moment all the time. Okay? And they coexist. These two ways of reading, they coexist. It's not that one is false and the other one is real. They are both fucking real, because nothing is gray or black, black and white. Everything is the both. So I could say, my money are not great on the moment. I am divided between two places. The relationship with my family is the relationship with my friends is the relationship with myself is or the other part of it, it's like the past is revealing itself. I know where I'm going, I know what I'm doing. It's not clear yet, the fucking outcome is a little bit like non-stable and a bit jumping in the unknown, but I feel that I had to shed the ego that was keeping me away from my highest timeline, because my highest timeline right now is that I'm a bad bitch and I'm doing a lot of cool things, but my ego used to come in and ruin all of that, creating false ghost, creating false thought, creating worry, creating fucking holding on to things, comparing myself to others, yada yada yada. So those reality coexist, But in every moment, you can access to your highest timeline once you calm the fuck down your ego. When your ego become more malleable, less rigid, your ego. That's why it's not about ego death. Is a death and rebirth, because the ego comes back always more elastic. We refine it all the time. You get me? What do you think of femdom? You mean dominatrix? What do you mean by femdom? I think I heard it already, but my vocabulary in that kinky world got less and less. I used to be a dominatrix as well, just to let you know. Oh, alright, cool. What do you mean what I think? If people want to be beaten up or suffer or get submissive, it's fine. You are not hurting anybody, and it's great, really. But we can bring healing into that sexual area of life. We can bring healing. If you study Freud, you will know that perversion and kinks are little traumas that happens during the child development. Sexual development happen from 0 to 7 until teenager, so until 12. And if certain way of teaching to children were too aggressive or too relapsed, children can develop fixations or perversions or strange addiction to pain or addiction to power and inflicting pain. Which, I mean, society that try to repress these things, anything that you repress come back in another shape. Anything that you repress persist. So the kink world and the relationships, submissive and dominatrix, and I was a dominatrix for a while, then I stopped because I needed to integrate the two sides of me, because for me it's like I am kind of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and I've got so many personalities, so it's not really easy to just offer a face, because to this face there are too much attached, like there is too much, like I cannot be labeled, because I like a lot of things and I explored a lot of things, so it's complicated. But it's another way to, oh hello Chris, is another way to explore your sexuality, and is another way to understand why you have certain feelings, and you can bring healing to that. You can bring healing. I had a lot of customers that I healed, meaning that they were looking to be submissive and mistreated by a dominatrix, and then after a certain amount of session with me, they healed. They didn't need that anymore, and they realized that behind that behavior there was a trauma that came from their child life, and they associated love with pain. And so yeah, it's a very deep rabbit hole that we can go into. But not everybody have a kink as a trauma. Some people have it just because they like it and they're not hurting nobody. But some people have those kind of perversions because when they were little, something happened during the sexual development. And I don't like lebergosm so much. Yeah, I mean, because it doesn't work. You know that, Christine. You are like me anyway. Because, yeah, I mean, I've done like the amount of jobs and the amount of things that I just like to. I'm a generator as well in human design, if you are interested in the generator, or anyway. But I love singing, I love acting, I do yoga, I did massages, I was a beautician, I was a dominatrix, I have been into tantric, I've done tantric work, I write poem, I write books, I sing, did I say that already? Yeah. So yeah, and I have lots of personalities. So one moment I can be really nice and calm and talk in a certain way. 1 second after, my Italian kick in, and I can start screaming and shouting like you would never expect, and then I could fucking start to swear, and you know, I'm a shapeshifter. I change. I'm like a chameleon. I used to get hired to go. They would hire me to go in like events, because you can put me in the middle of posh people and I will act like them, and then you can put me in a rave party and I'm gonna be the fucking monster. So it's just, but this is good because it allowed me to understand that we are not our egos and our personalities. Personality is like a glove that you wear in order to fucking communicate with the outside world. But your personality is not you. You understand? Your personality is not you. Me, what I am, is my essence. It's vibrations. It's a feeling. It's a dense essence. Is as a vibration. This is what I am. All the rest, it's ego playing, because we are humans and we have to have human interactions. And so when you deal with others, you are acting in a sense. And this is why I help people with coaching, career advice also, because we need to understand that, you know, when people say like, oh, I am shy, or I'm like this, I'm like that, that is all a fucking lie, people. Your ego can, like, you can be loud, you can be timid, you can, you know, like, it's not a fixed things. You understand? Like, you cannot, like, I have this phobia, or I am like that, or this is what happened to my part. Like, we get attached, essentially. We get attached to our narratives, to labels, like, I'm a mother, or I'm a, I'm a doctor, or I'm a secretary, well, that is all bullshit. That is just a fragment of something that you are. You get me? But we can be anything, really. Anything. Right, don't flip my switch. Sorry, what did you say? I know if I get on my defense. Well, when we get defensive, that is because we are wounded and you feel the need to defend something. That's why you cannot move on like an aggressive dog that cannot get tamed by the right person. What are you talking about? Sorry, I'm getting lost a little bit with Steve Villion. Attachment is what he has on Untrust of Woman. Yeah, so you have to detach from the past. Free, Shayla, free yourself from the past. Free yourself from labels. Free yourself from the past. Your whole body every 7 years get totally redefined. So even the cellular structures of your bones get replaced. So every fucking 7 years, you are a total new, like, you are not your past, you are not your stories, you are not the narrative in your head, you are not your labels, you are only essence. Understand this. Speak to your ego and tell him you are just a gloves. It's like a socks. You can change 100 of them. One is like this, one is like that, the other is shy, the other is timid, the other does this, the other is a lion, the other is a porno star, the other, like whatever. You're a woman, you can be a man. I have an energetical penis. For me, not even sex applies, because my divine masculine energy is actually even stronger than my feminine, and I had past lifetime as a man, so I am hermaphrodite. I don't have one sex. Now, I don't like women, but that is another story. But my energy can be easily compared, or can be easily similar to a man anyway. So, breaking out, can I ask you how young you are? Yeah, I'm 32. His past is what I'm talking about. I don't have a past, I'm free Mumbai. Yes, exactly, Shayla. Just say that and repeat that and do something as well, because when we stuck into what was, is because you are not creating enough of what is. You understand that? So when you have too much time, when you have too much time to reflect and get attached to the past, it means that you are not adding enough things to the now. Because by adding things to the now, you are creating the new personality, because the person of the now, it's now free and it's different than the past. So you are doing more. You should, if you focus constantly in what is going wrong, instead of wasting your energy like that, you can take that same energy and put it into what is going right and how to add to your reality, not what you can take away, because that is like telling yourself that you're not perfect as you are, so you must do this or you must do that. That is again the fucking ego then kick in, telling you that you're not enough even for this reason. And no, I'm not enough because I'm too attached to the past. It's another loop then. Instead, if you focus on adding and creating, then you won't have the time to think about the past, and you cannot even blame yourself because you are actively changing things. You are actively adding to this life. So your ego cannot come in and tell you off, because you are actively creating a different now. You get me? Oh, thank you, Yuns. I'm really ill today, okay? I promise you sometime my sound's a bit better. But today I sound like that. And if you don't mind putting a like on my last video, I would appreciate that. Easy to get stuck. Yes, exactly. This is the point. The ego loves to get you stuck. The ego loves to get you stuck in you're not enough, you're not doing enough, or the past or the future, or like when I say to people, go after your dreams, go after you, like develop, learn to expand your gifts and your talents. And I have people telling me, oh, I don't have talents, I don't have gifts, I don't know what I have to do, blah blah blah. That is all ego shit still. No, I'm not a dominatrix anymore. No, not really. I needed a break from that world. Also because it allowed me to understand a lot about myself too. And in that situation, I realized that I was really comfortable of being the dominatrix because I had everything under control. And again, control is a demon. It's a demon that possesses our ego. Our ego wants to control everything, wants to control how we behave, what we think, what we do. And it made me realize that the truth is that I'm actually submissive, but I do not allow that side to come out because I cannot trust. And so it was very interesting. Knowing your sexuality, knowing what you like, what you don't like, knowing even why you have resistance to certain things and why you judge certain things, it's all showing a deeper issues. Yeah. All right. He refuses to see me. He doesn't try to see anything in the now. Yes. I want to get him help. What do you suggest? It's a daily talk. It's a daily talk like you are dealing with an old ladies. You know when like you were young and you had your grandmother and she used to tell you like, be careful on the street, you're gonna get hurt, and eat at this time and eat at that time. Have you eaten? If you don't find a normal job, you will get in trouble, or shut up, or listen to your father. You know, when you have this kind of old ladies in your life. I don't know if it never happened to you, but anyway, like an apprehensive mother or father figure that were just too much like judging and like correcting everything you were doing, correcting everything you were saying, making you worry about the past or the future. So it's like creating a relationship with this voice and telling, every time you hear it, you tell him like, I see that you are saying this because you feel that otherwise we don't have things under control, but it's safe to let it go. It's safe for us not to control. It's safe for us not to waste our energy in this mental process. And in the beginning, it's gonna be weird because you will almost feel like you are not worthy of this relief. You are not worthy of this peace. And so the ego will try to come back in, telling you that instead there is something to worry about, that there is something that, and again, it's gonna be a battle until this ego start to take some, like, it start to go back a little bit, you know, it start to move back and relax and allow you to be more. Because again, people think that the manifestation, it's going somewhere or is achieving something, or and in reality, you don't have to go no fucking where. What is disconnecting you from your highest timeline, it's just stuff that it's in here that is literally dividing you. It's in between you and your highest timeline. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, well, I am Italian, but I live in UK. I don't know for how long, but at the moment I live in UK. So, and even when there are two type of persons. The people who are stuck in their masculine energy and the people who are stuck in their feminine energy. The people who are stuck in their feminine energy are often hiding. They are hiding from happiness, expansion. They are hiding from trying new things, from taking risk, from changing their routines, changing their patterns of behaviors, changing their pattern of thought. They are very they're hiding, okay? They stay submissive to life. They follow rules, and how the system tell you to be, and they have a really hard time to finish project or tasks or putting themselves out there, going out of their comfort zone or taking risk. And then we have who is stuck in the masculine energy, that they are really they're charging ahead too much. They are constantly chasing, and every action they take, they put expectation on that. So if they do something with a lot of energy and then it doesn't come back with the expectation that they have, they will feel really bad. So one is chasing like a mad person, and the other it's hiding. We find in a union, when we understand that if you are in your feminine, you need to trust your masculine. What does it mean? It means this is the real twin flame. Even how to manifest the man of your life or the woman of your life. It's because you are trusting the masculine in you and the feminine in you. What does it mean? It means that the feminine has the vision and the masculine have the action to make the vision happen. So the feminine has the vision, meaning that the feminine can see the bigger picture. So the feminine can see the timeline. She can see her worth and her gifts and how to use them, but in a very general way. So she see the vision, oh, I could sing, or I could write a book, or I could do something that fulfills me more, or I could work with children, or I could create a new fucking cream. I don't know, because everyone is very different anyway in life, like whatever. But then if she doesn't trust the masculine inside of her, the masculine, it's the one who does the action to make the vision happen. If you don't trust your inner masculine, the vision will be a vision forever, because you are not trusting the masculine. The masculine are the inspired actions. So the feminine have a creative moment. The feminine creates in its own time, and then the masculine that is still inside of you is like, think, oh, we're gonna do something with this creation. Let me take this creation and let me do something with it. let's monetize it, let's expose it, let's try different things. But when we are not in union, if you don't trust your feminine, you end up doing, and nothing gets done because you are doing random shit. You don't have you have no plan. You are just doing random shit, hoping that somehow something is gonna happen, but it doesn't work like that. So you have to trust your masculine and you have to trust your feminine. The feminine is the one who creates, is the one that has the vision of the bigger pictures. So whatever is the things that you want to manifest, or whatever it's the visualization of who you will be in your highest timeline. And it seems something like, even the people that I coach, they're like, oh, I haven't got no idea of what I would visualize. That is because you are not able to, because we have been conditioned in this autopilot for all our life. We do shit, we don't even know why we do stuff. And when I mean stuff, I mean every little thing. You wake up in the morning and you drink something, you don't even know why you drink it. You go out and look at your phone, you don't even know why you are looking in social media. You hang out with people, you don't even know why you hang out with people. You don't even know what they are, like what they are bringing you to the plate. You go to a job that doesn't fulfill you, doesn't make you happy, you don't even know why you're staying in there. So we go in this autopilot stuff. And the more we come out of this autopilot, the more we go deep to the real truth of why we do things. And a lot of epiphanies will come, a lot of revelation will come. Yunus, connect on my Instagram. I'm doing this now. I'm very talented and trying many things, but they never seem to work. Exactly. So, well, that is also the problem of who is multi-potentialized. So I totally resonate with this, because yeah, I've tried 2,000 things in my life, and some worked, some not really. But that is, again, is because we have a very big potential and a lot of creativity that goes in many directions. So it's really hard to actually channel it in a way, especially because the society rewards people that are really basic. But that's why when I have clients that have one passion, I'm like, fucking lucky you, my friend. Because when you have one thing and you know how to do it good, it's very easy. But when we are the jack of all trades, that is very complicated. But still, we have to calm down, the people who have multi-potentialized. Breathe and calm down. And focus on one thing at a time, one choice at a time, one creative project at a time, and focus our energy in one thing at a time until we feel that is worth it. Oh yeah, Chris, that would be a lovely idea. How can I do that? Add moderator. Compare. 80% of American medical system is a lie. We all have parts. Oh yeah. Parasite, fluoride. But I tell you something that I don't know if you agree or not. But you see, again, what does this thought do to you? So if we say, okay, the government is a scam, the water is polluted, we all have parasite, everything is shit. Is this serving you, or is this making you feel blue? You see, you are not in total control of your mind. We are not in total control of your reality if you allow things to hold you back or to make you feel shit. You see, what you see in the collective, so what is happening in the world, war, economic crashes, food problems, anything that you see that is going on around you is a reflection of our unhealed shadow. So everything that is out there, it's the manifestation of our shadow, my friend. So when we heal and we integrate our light and our shadow together, the things will shift in the outside and in the collective. So conducting a life afraid of breathing and afraid of eating because pollution is everywhere. Every food, the air you breathe, the cigarette, the smog from the cars, the radiation from Hiroshima and like our seas, you cannot avoid this in no way, shape or form. Like you can try to eat smoothie and buy organic and all the stuff you want. You will not escape what is. So every time we think a certain stuff, you have to ask yourself all the fucking time, every single thought. Ask yourself, is this serving me somehow? Or is this, what is this doing? You get me? Exactly, because they love that. They love to keep us in fear. But that's why the global warming and all that stuff that we don't even fucking know if is real, because the pole of the earth, anyway, the earth is changing its axis, okay? So this warmth, it might be even just natural people. But anyway, let's not go there. What I'm saying is blaming and pointing fingers is not gonna help us. Yeah, the polar shift, exactly. And being afraid of everything is not going to help you either. And trying to, instead, the more you work on yourself, the more you work on integrating your shadow and your light, your masculine and your feminine, the above and below, the evil and the good, the more we transcend these polarities and we bring it back together, the more we will manifest that unity outside. The collective will never heal. The collective, it's there for a reason. That is the mirror of our unhealed shadow. All of it. The things about Kanye West, Black Lives Matter, woman against, so we have black against white, woman against men, sinner against Puritans. Have you not seen all the bullshit that the people like spiritual gurus are saying? Like, people are so dumb, they completely lost their sense of discernment and they believe anything that they get told. Any extremity, it's not the middle path, people. Any extremity is the manifestation of the same thing. Any polarity is the manifestation of the same thing. Love and hate are the opposite manifestation of the same energy. Above and below is the opposite manifestation of space. Morning and night is the opposite manifestation of time, of the day. So the more they keep us in division, the less we are fucking understanding what is all of this about. That's why they constantly find us an enemy. Constantly. If it's not the weather, if it's the food, and if it's not the food, it's the government. If it's not the government, it's the people. And if it's not the black, then are the white. And if it's not the woman, then it's the men. And if it's not the religion, then it's spiritual. And if it's not so either you are a sinner or either you are a fucking Puritan. There is no halfway. So they are playing all of this to keep you in division, because a population that is divided in itself, a population that has inner conflict, that has two opposite voices in your head, is a population of sheep. Because every time they will hear something, this division inside of them will decide, oh, you see, this is right. Oh, you see, that is right. Because you are divided, my friend. You are divided inside. And that's why they can control you, because you are divided. Because you have two opposite voices in your head. And yet you have not figured it out yet that these two polarity are the same fucking thing. And so they are making you go round and round. It's like when I was looking on TikTok and there was this trendiness now to say to people, you cannot have sex with random people. You will create energetical cords. You will be a fucking whore otherwise. Girls, men, please, that is another bullshit. Like, that is again fear-mongering, because now they play the old games that Christianity was playing. They are just repeating it in a new age key now. But it's the same crap. Why in India there was a sacred book that was talking about Kama Sutra and sexual energy? Why? There are a lot of religions that explain that the sexual energy, life force energy, owning your life force energy, knowing how the fuck that works, it's proportionate to your level of intelligence. Why the people that were the most enlightened or the most creative, Da Vinci, Tesla, Picasso, why they were all falling into the borderline between Gandhi, even fucking Gandhi people. Gandhi was sleeping with naked girls. They go in this borderline between like pedophilia or perversions, because sexual energy is your intelligence. And of course, society doesn't want you to know that, so they repress sexuality, they repress, they make everything as a taboo, and then religion tells you that you have to be a Puritan and not engaging with sex, and then in the other side, we get bombarded in mass media with over-ostentation of boobs and bums. So it's like, why are we receiving opposite fucking messages here? Why we are suppressing alphabet in religious and like society norms, so between people, but then when you watch social media there is an ostentation of that. Exactly, sexuality is creation. A naked body is holy, is not dirty. So why in hell we got taught that a naked body is dirty? Why are we judging a lot of things? Why a lot of things get kept taboo? Why a lot of spiritual guru play this card of Puritans? Like, anyway. Any extremity, it's not the middle path, people. Any extremity is not the right way. Why people would go like, oh, angel numbers are, the double numbers are telling you this and that, and then you find people that tell you, oh, angel numbers are evil. Then you see people like, oh, you need to eat only vegan. Oh, you have to eat plant-based. Oh, if you eat animals, you will go in hell. You're eating an animal. And then there are people that are like, oh, well, we come from monkeys. We should be eating bananas and insect. And then you have other people, oh, we should be eating paleo diet, raw meat and stuff. Like, what the fuck? There is no one truth, and any extremities of something is not the middle path. You cannot kill who you are. That's why people are highly unsatisfied, because people are like, they're comparing themselves to those fucking gurus that you see out there, and they're like, oh, I have to eat healthy, I have to do this. No, you don't. You don't. You need to find your formula, and your formula is not the formula of everybody else. Your formula, your connection with source, it's authentic and unique. So why are you trying to develop a formula looking at other people's life, at what other people are doing, at what other people are preaching? You can help yourself, you can get inspired, you can, information are good. Me, myself, I was following T.L. Swan and many other people because there are teachings that would genuinely helping me. But at the same time, I spent a lot of years developing my own discernment. And people who were speaking about, oh, T.L. Swan, it's a fucking cult leader, Dispenza is a cult leader, everything is a cult, people. The government is a cult, the teaching, the school system is a cult. A cult is just, I think people just fucking forgot to use the brain, because the definition of cult is a set of rules and a set of set beliefs. Science is a cult, the government is a cult, the law is a cult. You are responsible for your own cult, my friend. And I will create my cult. And my cult will help the people who resonate, and it will trigger people who are not ready of this level of power. And this is the point. People are afraid of power. That's why they are afraid of T.L. Swan and all the rest, because they are afraid of what they are saying. They are afraid as well of using their own discernment. Because if I go to any guru, it could be the fucking Pope, it could be T.L. Swan, it could be whoever. My energy respond to things. So if somebody says something that is not serving me, my body will immediately telling me, this is not serving you. Colt. If I go to Teal Swan and she tell me something like this, that helps me, my body will tell me, oh yes, this mental process will actually help me. If she tell me something that make me doubt myself, that is not serving me, you just have to ask yourself, is this story helping me, or is this story holding me back, making me feel blue, making me feel less of? And you will realize that most of the video that you watch in TikTok, every time you watch one, pause it after you watched it and ask yourself, is this helping me, or is this doing something else? You will realize that 50-60% of TikTok content is fear-based, meaning they tell you something to make you feel afraid of something, or to make you feel less of something, or to make you feel that you're not doing enough. Do this 5 thing and your life will change. Like, it's all programming. It's all programming for who has not yet found their own power. You understand? Lovely people. Yes, the world cold. People are afraid of the world cold. Because people are afraid of fucking everything those days, people. If you didn't see that. Cold is nothing bad. And if a cult exists, it means that there are enough dumb asses to believe it. And so when something is big like that, there is a reason if it exists. The school system shouldn't exist. It shouldn't exist because that is the most dangerous brainwashing cult that exists. And yet, it's the most popular thing. And it's still going. This means that is needed, meaning that if the school system exists and people still obey to it blindfoldly, it's because there are still enough people that are not awakened to their power. And so they are okay to be submitted. They are okay to accept fake absolute truth. They are not ready to take responsibility to create their absolute truth, but they are looking for someone who tell them absolute truth, that they're not real. The Big Bang Theory is still a fucking theory. It's still a fucking theory. So why do they serve us that truth as an absolute truth when it's not a truth? Mathematical theorem, they come from theories. So cult exists when there are people that want to be brainwashed. And a cult can be good or bad. Because the school system did a lot of shit, it might did something even good. And any belief systems of any school of thought, any philosophy, it has some good, but it's not only good. There is no one person in history that was only good. Maria Teresa di Calcutta, Gandhi, there is no one person in history that was only good. Why would it be? Because we are not good. People, we are not good. We are good and bad. We are good and evil. So it's us not being able to accept ourselves yet. This is scary. Most people are not able to make peace with the darkness outside because they are not able to make peace with the dark inside. War, death, persecutions, catastrophes. We die, people. We are mean. We kill each other. We poison each other. We betray each other. We can't go and live in La La Land. Not in planet Earth. Maybe in other planets. That's possible, but not here. The more you run from your dark being, the more you run from your darkness, the more you will run from the outside darkness, the more you will be angry with the outside darkness. The more you will feel chased by this darkness. People who fears, you fear, people fear all sorts. Yes, it is. It definitely is. It's inner work. I have to accept my power, and it was intense to accept my power because my power was scary as fuck. When you accept that you are the devil, you are the good, when you understand that angels and demons are the same thing, when you understand that you create your own problems, when you realize that the outside world is the mirror of your inside, you have to be ready to accept that. You have to be truly humble. Your ego has to really calming the fuck down because you thought you were something, and that was an illusion. Any description that you have about yourself is an illusion. Any label, any adjective that you describe yourself is a fucking illusion. You have to be ready for this. Because we hide. You understand? We hide behind things that make us feel safe. And the truth is that you were never meant to feel only safe. This earth, this level of existence, it's it has polarities. And if you are afraid of one of the two sides of the spectrum, you're fucked. Like people who are afraid of the devil, people who are afraid of exposing themselves, taking risk, jumping into the unknown, in reality is that you are afraid of the very basic of this reality. Words a lie. Words is genocide. Yeah, but again, genocide, persecutions. Think about it all. The Jewish people, we killed the American Indians, we killed many Chinese, we killed black people, we killed the Aborigine in Australia. The human race evolved through those things. We evolved through those things. Hiroshima, blah blah blah. It's part of the journey. The more we are not able to accept them, the more we want to suppress them, the more we don't understand that this plane of existence is made like that. Well, I try to warn people about the vaccines, but nobody really listened to me, so I just shut up at some point. Reincarnation and healing our ancestral trauma. Exactly, this is what we're doing. Yeah, I mean, we already won. We already won. We are anchoring now the new paradigm. We are anchoring now this shift of reality. And what we are seeing at the moment, it's the last play. It's the last. They're playing their last card essentially. But we already won. We already won the battle, meaning the era of the Pisces is gone and their time is up. And the age of Aquarius, we are shifting the paradigm of everything, even words. People will awaken to the deception of words. And you need to understand that monkeys communicate telepathically, and we are the regression. Words are limiting and confusing. In the way forward, we are going to, all of us, communicate telepathically. And our level of sex, even sex, it's a disevolution of monkeys. So even the fucking way of fucking, it's a regression. In this new paradigm, we have lots of work to do individually and as much as collectively, because we will have to remove the distortion that was created, and we have to bring to light everything that is in the darkness and integrate all the things that we have made to run from and fear, those automatic pilots and stuff. Why will they take out a lot of people before they let go? Well, death, it's part of... Some people might die more, but people are dying every day. They wanted to see the one that were controllable and the one that were not controllable. So that's why the vaccination happened, because they wanted to divide the sheep from the goat. And that is written even in the book of the Revelation, and is written even on the book of the death, those days in which they wanted to recognize who is influenceable and who is not influenceable. So they made their division. Now they have it clear. We are recorded and they know who we are. But something that they didn't see coming is that even the sheep now are waking up, and that they did not contemplate that possibility. And instead, a lot of people that had the vaccine and people who anyway used to be really obedient, after this event they shifted. And so basically we are more now, even more than what we thought. It's not about, and it's not anymore about who is vaxxed and who is not vaxxed. I am still sad for the people who got vaxxed that had after like physical problems, that I'm really sorry for, but that is the choice that we did. But we are all rising in consciousness, and this spiritual awakening, we still have waves and waves and waves and waves of people who are awakening, and people who now understand that through their mind they can change their surrounding, and they can manifest heaven and earth, and they can manifest different timelines. Different times are meaning that when you manifest abundance, money and people around you and the right soul tribe, you don't need anything because the government doesn't have that effect on you. For the rich people, the COVID never existed. I had rich friend of mine with private jets. They bought everything. They were traveling with private jets. They didn't need vaccination. They didn't need papers. When you have a bond, when you manifest that level of abundance, when your money is like being in a different reality, even though you are in this one, but they don't apply to you. They apply only to the poor people. It applies only to the lower level of society, those things. You understand? So, yeah. I'm excited to hear so much more waking up. Yeah. But one of the things that we do not have to... Oh, thank you for tapping the screen, by the way. And please make sure, if you fancy, to check my Insight Timer teachings, because there are some courses, especially about the balancing of the masculine and the feminine, that can be really helpful for people, and they're really inexpensive. So... But yeah, our mission is not to save others, and our mission is not to warn others. We can try, we can try, but it's not our mission. When you heal yourself, you automatically heal people around you. So do not focus on healing or warning, but just focus on your own personal healing journey, on your own exorcising of your own demons, and developing this ability of thinking something and manifesting it, or how to read the same reality in two ways all the time in any situation. Train your brain to see the two sides of the coin of on anything, any words, any situation, any circumstances, every event that happens to you. Just learn that, okay? Good. I'm glad. There is no rush in this journey. And the more you try to rush it, the worse it is. I'm telling you. And the more you try to have a goal in your mind, like I have to go there, or I have to, the far you are, you have to bring that moment here. Because people will say, oh, when that happened, I will feel fine. When that happened, I will feel fine. Doesn't work like that. You have to feel fine. You have to feel good to bring that moment here, to bring that. Oh, yes, beautiful. Yes, Hirundo, I will post it there. Lately, I try to, which I don't know if you're gonna hate me for that, but all of my lives are like for subscribers only. But just because, let me tell you why. I found a lot of bigger content, a lot of bigger content creator that were stealing my informations. And because I've been uploading like 3 or 4 hours lives on my YouTubes, I got really pissed. So maybe I will put it live, public for a little bit, and then I will change the setting again, because YouTube is like a swimming pool of sharks. When people have a higher following, they go to check the content of smallest ones, and they try to steal things, and then they expose them in their own huge platform. It's maniac anyway. But yes, I will try to upload it there. I don't know if you I think it's like a $5 a month for my subscriber YouTube, but anyway, never mind. Yeah, people steal stuff. That's what happened here on TikTok with my live slot. It's very sad. It's very, very sad. I would never, yeah, expect that. Um, Funny. It's just funny. I saw these things and it's just funny. People trying to steal or just funny. Like on my Instagram, every month now, I don't know if you've seen it, but like I had this bunch of haters that they would come together and write those hate comments, but like this long in every post. But the funny thing is that like my Instagram is so small. It's like small, small, small. It's like I don't even have 800 followers. And I'm like, I'm not even fucking famous and I've got more haters than actual followers. I might be doing something right. But anyway, fine. It's because the love vibe universe are threatened by us. Yeah, I guess so. I get haters a lot and I am small. Yeah, but that might be uh that might be yeah, some because I see people that have a huge account and they haven't got haters. So I'm like, what the fuck? Anyway, any any time. Sorry. Oh, thank you, my love. Corruption and for fear that yeah, could be, but it's a bit yeah, it's just a bit like I don't know, just suspicious. Okay, just suspicious because yeah, I mean, I'm the last problem of the world right now, and having all these haters. But anyway, it's fine. They need me, I think. Yeah, they need me. And they make me laugh a lot, so I have to be grateful for that because they make me laugh a lot and they kind of entertain me. There was this guy texting me just a lot of he was going in a rant of some kind because he was like this long text is like this long and so at some point I was like, oh, you've got a lot of free time, and he didn't understand even my ironical jokes, and I'm quite funny, like, anyway, he didn't get it. And then I said to him, I meant like you must have quite a lot of free time to waste to text me like this long comment in like 6 or 7 posts. And then he was like, oh, you must have lots of free time too because it's Saturday evening and you are answering to my hate comments. And I was like, well, yeah, I have a lot of free time because I do not work, bitch. but but then it get dangerous because then I want to carry on forever and I need to stop. Anyway, you are funny. Yeah, yeah. Was it me? No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Anyway, I will post this live on my YouTube, okay? My beautiful butterflies. And yeah, thank you for any donation. Even a small donation is welcome. And if you want to check my teaching on Insight Timer, they are courses that are really inexpensive. Actually, Christina, how much did you pay to follow my course? Because I never know, but it should be something really stupid, isn't it? And I think they will help you and they can help you. And everything we give out, it's coming back. Everything we give, the universe will always try to pay you back for that. Maybe not directly to the people that you did it, but this is a law of the universe. What you give come back. So any support or even small donation that you want to give me is well appreciated, and I wish you a beautiful day meantime, and take care of your ego, calm it down, and try to bring your heaven on earth here, okay? It wasn't expensive. Okay, cool. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, I don't remember if it's like $9 or something, but I think it's helpful. Yes, let me know about, yeah, of course, my sessions are always available. I have the link if you want to book them. And see you soon, butterflies. Thank you for coming around, and remember that you are divine. Mwah.